I remember when I was a small boy and there was this chapter in the English book called The Celebration of Being Alive by Dr. Christian Barnard, who was known for his pioneering work in heart transplants. And when I read that chapter, it must be in our 8th class or 9th class NCERT English textbook. I was very thrilled with the idea that you could do such wonderful work in medical field. And I thought that how good it would be if these things are available to our people in India, because these are all happening in America or South Africa or in the UK, Europe or somewhere. Years down the line, here on the same stage, we met Dr. Cherian, who did the first heart transplant in India. Again, a pioneer, and many of his disciples work with us in our Sanjeevani hospitals. It's coming together of such great minds with such great lineage of training and good medical work. And all this is happening in a remote rural village in Karnataka, right in front of our eyes, where just now we heard from Dr. Hirimat the kind of hybrid surgery that they have performed, where this whole science is leading the mankind to. Towards such a beautiful, wonderful future. 100 years back, we couldn't have thought about even achieving such things. But it is to the credit of the great medical minds, the scientists of the past who dared to challenge themselves, push boundaries, and find new ways of doing things, and take the risk which nobody could have imagined at that point in time. And when I hear all these stories, what happened just now, a very complicated operation in a simple, small, remote hospital, it's only possible because of two things. One, of course, the divine grace, that is undisputable, it is always there. But more importantly, very selfless and very dedicated and skilled medical professionals like the ones we saw just now on the stage. I think we should truly appreciate not just the idea that they're medical professionals, but they've come all the way to volunteer at a hospital like ours, which strives to provide high quality health care to the poorest and the most underprivileged sections of the society without compromising on quality of the care. This is something that is truly commendable, and this partnership with Healing Little Hearts United Kingdom is very cherishable. In fact, it is the most cherished partnership which we had in the last 1 year. I also want to convey my best regards to Dr. Sanjeevani, who founded this thing, and then through his good network of like-minded doctors and medical professionals from around the world, as you just now saw, so much good is happening. He is now an integral part of our mission, Dr. Sanjeev. Just day before we were speaking on the Zoom call with him and many others from the UK, that how we can further the cause of affordable, quality healthcare, accessible healthcare, not just to the people in India, but to the whole world. How can we do that for everyone? This was the discussion that was going on. And he was so enamored by this whole place. He said, in one word, if I had to describe this place, it is green, clean, and serene, he said. I don't get to see such hospitals in rural areas anywhere else in the world. And he was mentioning about some of the countries where they went to operate. The infrastructure was so run down that it was so risky to even do something like that over there. And here is a world-class infrastructure given to the poorest of the poor without any compromise on quality or care. And this is why this place is attracting such good-hearted people, because it has a power of God's love that is at work here, which attracts everybody from around the world, such people, such brilliant minds and such skilled professionals, but with also a golden heart who come here and do such good work. So also in all our Sai Sanjeevani hospitals, not just in India, but around the world. Just now I learned from Sri Lanka that we set up a cath lab over there. We had no cath labs on the eastern province of the Sri Lankan island nation. And we set up that cath lab, and today they have crossed 2,000 cath interventions. This is in the matter of 1 year, 2 months or something like that. And each cath intervention is a person behind it. There is a father who has been saved, a mother who has been saved, a child has been saved. We are setting up the operation theaters, and I'm going in January to Sri Lanka to start the OT work as well. And I invite again the Healing Little Hearts UK to sometime come to Sri Lanka and do this work for the Sri Lankan brethren as well. So also the Healing Little Hearts did a camp in Fiji. I just came back from Fiji less than a month back. And there also there was this Healing Little Hearts team. Again, a group of people from different parts of the world who came together, and they performed a number of surgeries on the children of Fiji and the neighboring island nations. It was so heartening to see how the world is coming together. It just needs that, what you call a center, where a nucleus, where they can all come together and do what they need to do. And our Sai Sanjeevani hospitals are becoming those nuclei where all kinds of good people are coming together and good work is happening. So when Dr. Hiremat told me that they have come and they have done such good work and it should be celebrated, like Dr. Christian Bernard said, celebrate being alive. We are alive, our heart is still beating and we are still breathing, see things, hear things, experience things. Life is a celebration. Ask those who do not have these privileges. Then you know how much we have received from God and how much we should be grateful for whatever we have. That's why I always tell our children, daily express your gratitude to God, to society, to everyone who has been helping you knowingly or unknowingly. From the gatekeeper to the cooks, to the cleaners, to the staff, to your parents, to the society, entire community, everybody is contributing to your well-being, and you must be grateful for that. And before we complain about what we don't have in our lives, let us go back and see what we already have in our lives, and we will feel better. We will have no reasons to complain. That's why I always tell, count your blessings and count them again, because we are all blessed. Look at these children. Their struggles, they can't play, breathe, or live a normal life. Look at the struggle of the parents who cannot afford to pay for such costly procedures, without which the child is going to die in front of their eyes. It's not that the child cannot be saved, but it's just the financial barriers which do not allow the child to live. And how unfortunate it is that we live in a world today where there is a price tag to a child's life, where a child deserves to live only if the parents can pay for it. Otherwise, the child does not deserve to live. So also anybody else. It is so unfortunate. So we are trying to swim against the tide, and we need everybody's help. And partnerships are the only way to solve the problems of the world. No one person can solve this problem. If everybody comes together, all of us do a little, surely the problem of the world can be solved. And that is what is being proven here time and again with these kind of collaborations. And why would somebody from some Czech Republic or from the UK or from US or from wherever, why would they come to a remote Indian village to do what they're doing, keeping their time, energy, resources aside for this work? This is the example that they have to set. And our students of the medical college, as well as all the students for that matter, they must learn from these great people. Because they are not here to make money, they're not here to get some accolades or rewards or recognition. All that may or may not happen, but they have come here just to share what they have with the world. And Dr. Nichani told me, we have the doctors, we have the surgeons, intensivists, we have the professionals. We just need the right kind of infrastructure, right ecosystem where we can come together and save their lives. And Sanjeevani hospitals and our hospital medical college, they are becoming those centers which are going to support the great initiative of such organizations where such great doctors work. And we are so happy about this partnership. This could not have been done all by ourselves. We need everybody in this. And their help has been very timely. And all those children, I'm sure when they grow up, they'll grow up in a lot of gratitude. They will remember that some doctor from some foreign country came and who did a procedure like this, and that's how I'm running, walking, talking, playing, learning, growing today. And these stories will be carried from generation to generation, and this gratitude will be carried forward. And gratitude alone can transform human beings. There is nothing else that can transform. This gratitude that we have received much more than what we ever deserved, that alone can make us people of generosity and kindness, which will make us give and share what we have with others. And that's how there is this goodness that is set in motion, and that is transformative. So every heart surgery is also heart transformation for the parents, for the child, for the people who have participated, for the hospital. We are just testing waters, but we do want to become the best training center for cardiac surgeries and all cardiac related skills, pediatric as well as adult. And definitely we are on our way to that place. Tomorrow when we have a bigger hospital, there are dedicated OTs, there are dedicated ICUs, which are only meant for cardiac surgery related work. But most importantly, you must pass on this knowledge to the next generation. You shouldn't die with us. See, knowledge is the only wealth. The more you share, the more it grows. All other wealth, if you share, it diminishes. That is why in our Sanskrit there is Subhashitane, that Vyayate Vardhate Nityam Kshayam Ayati Sanchayat. The more you share, the more it grows. The more you hold, the more it diminishes. So knowledge is such a beautiful wealth. The more you give, the more it grows. Today you are a surgeon, tomorrow you train 10 others, there are 11 surgeons in this place now. This is the opportunity, also the responsibility to make sure that we pass on this knowledge to the next generation. But unfortunately, in most of the medical setups, even knowledge is a commodity. It has to be purchased, otherwise you never get it. But here that also has been looked after, that the next generation get trained for nothing, for free, so that this knowledge passes on to the next generation. So this is like, I keep reminding that we are just not a hospital that is saving lives. We are also a training institute which is preparing the next generation, building capacities in the next generation. So two things are getting achieved with the same one effort. And that is the beauty of this place, which mostly is not available in most of the other places. You get free of charge heart surgeries, you save the poorest, most needy, you find the fulfillment doing that. At the same time, you train the next generation of surgeons and professionals. So you are achieving two things with the same, as I said, two birds with the same stone, as they say. This is the unique opportunity that these institutions provide. So I hope that we'll have many more such camps coming. And he's already planned a couple of camps between now and the 100th birthday, where they want to do more such surgeries and save. I was very impressed with the hybrid technique that you have used to save that child. Please make a documentary, a teaching material out of it. And every of these surgeries are documented, videos are there, people can learn later, replay it. And so that is another huge resources are getting created for the next generation. But do make a documentary on this, and also on the Jehovah's Witness. I'll tell you that story a little bit more. It's not as straight as this, very interesting. Now, this lady and the child were found in Nigeria. And this organization which recognized them, they passed on that case to us, to one of our devotees. And that devotee asked whether we can bring this child to India. I said, definitely we will help. We keep getting children from around the world. But they did not reveal that they are part of the Jehovah's Witness, which is a kind of a Christian organization under whatever the larger Christian body, but they do not believe in couple of things, including blood transfusions. Now imagine a heart surgery, and that too on a 3-year-old child. Anything can go wrong. And you don't want any blood to be transfused, then how do you do the surgery? So these people were going back and forth. But look at our kindness also. I truly appreciate their religious sentiments. I understand that this is a very sentimental thing for you and for them. We appreciate and we recognize that. But at the same time, there is a child whose life is at stake, but now they are the parents. We can't force ourselves on them. We have to agree to whatever they say. So our Hiramat was at his wit's end, and everybody else also. And I kept on telling you, please try, because child's life is important, and which God would take offense if you save a child's life? I do not know of any such God. But yes, there are religious sentiments, and every religious rule has been made for a certain time and situation. See, in those times when these rules were made, maybe blood transfusions were risky, maybe there were infections happening, technology or science were not as developed. So I understand there could be some rules here and there, and we also have plenty of rules in our religion. But many of them have to be understood from present context. Things have changed today. And therefore, we must apply the present context to everything. So I was trying to explain, please, I explained to them, and they tried everything. They got the person from a local church and all that, but nothing happened. Finally, I understood. I think somewhere they have a hope that probably we know how to do this surgery without transfusion, and they're just testing us that how far we will go. And that's when I wrote to him, tell them we don't want to do surgery, go back. The moment we said that, then they started thinking that probably this is not going to happen if we refuse. So a mother wants her child back, definitely. Which mother would say, I don't want my child? But they were also trying to see that whether we are respectful to their traditions and religious sentiments. At the same time, they were also trying to check whether it is probably possible to do it without blood transfusion, if at all we can get that done. So they were kind of pushing the boundaries or limits. That's when I said, okay, just say we don't want to do it, and let's see what happens next. Next, they understood that these people are sincere, and they are not simply saying that we need consent for blood transfusion. It is real. And that's when things changed, and they said, okay, they prayed or whatever. And I truly believe their faith also has helped. Whichever God they believe in, that also has helped to save the child without hurting their sentiments. But for an institute like ours, it is a risk. It is a risk to go ahead and do a surgery like this, but I think it's to the skill and more than the good-heartedness of all our staff who felt for the child. How can you let this child die when you have everything within your means to save the child, except for one religious sentiment? Why should we allow? But they did the very best, and they did not transfuse the blood. They saved the mother's whatever religious sentiments. They saw to that that is not disturbed. At the same time, the child did not die. Child also got a new lease of life. This is another case where goodness can go to any extent to save life. And I think I have to appreciate the kind of genuine concern that our staff had for the child. The child is some other Nigerian child. Millions of children are born and millions die. If it was a corporate setup, they would have told, first of all, nobody pays for you to come and get your surgery done for free. And with all these conditions, nobody would take the risk also. They were very concerned about their mortality, morbidity, and all that. Now, this kind of risk they could take only because of our selflessness, to save the child, nothing else. If we were not selfless, this wouldn't have happened. And when you were selfless, see, God's help is always there. You didn't have to really disturb their sentiments. At the same time, you achieved what you needed to achieve. So anything is possible when goodness is at work. And that is what this institute is all about. And I hope the next generation takes inspiration from these ideas. That all this is possible. What is called as impossible, I always say, I am possible. It is possible when you are selfless. That's all that is needed to do good in the world. Selflessness will bring fearlessness. Hiramat didn't think, oh, if I take a risk, tomorrow the child dies and something happens to me, because anything can happen. Somebody can question this act, that how did you undertake a surgery without a blood transfusion consent? All things can be questioned. But selflessness gave him the fearlessness that, okay, at least with 1% consent, I will go ahead. So what I tell you about the selflessness, fearlessness, these are live examples that they work. These ideas work. They are not theories to be just read and discussed and felt good about. They are practicals. You can apply selflessness, you will see that you have become fearless. And because of that, you achieve anything. Once you are not afraid, sky is the limit. Anything can be achieved. People who went to the moon, or people who flew for the first time, or dived deep into the sea, or I was watching a documentary of the first lady who crossed the English Channel, challenging all the social norms. They were fearless people. If they had a fear, they wouldn't have achieved it. And this the biggest fearlessness comes to us when we are selfless. And that selflessness is what these people have demonstrated. And that's why all these successful surgeries have happened. To all of them, a lot of appreciation, best wishes, a lot of blessings. May the good that you do inspire many, many more people for generations to come. May that good propagate itself and spread to the whole world. May the whole world transform through these simple acts of goodness. This is our mission, and this is what we are here to do. And we truly appreciate this partnership. I hope many, many more people from around the world are listening, and they also would think of doing a little more than their call of duty for the betterment of the society. So this is spirituality at work. This is religion at work. This is goodness and humanity at work. Nothing other than that. And whenever it is at work, it achieves miracles. And one of them, or few of them, we heard just now. So I'm very happy about it. Good work is rewarded with more good work. So the more good work you do, you'll get even more opportunities to do more good work. I said, yes, if there is a need, our people are ready to go and do whatever is required for the people. We are always here to do good. We are ever ready to do good. This is our motto. I'm again conveying, not just on my personal behalf or on behalf of the institution or the staff, but on behalf of all these children who have been saved, on behalf of their parents who have been relieved of their pressure, their tension, their anxiety, and the guilt that they can't do anything about a dying child because they don't have the money to do. That is a great, great, great service, and that is truly, truly commendable. That is why I thought we must celebrate this occasion. We must make everybody know what way we are doing things, what we are doing, and with the help of so many people. So again, as I said, everybody is truly, truly an example, shining example of goodness and selflessness. To the team, this is your home, you are welcome. Anytime you feel like coming and doing the work, please do come. I have told Dr. Nichani also that this is your home away from home. Anytime you can come here and do what you want to do. As many teams, as many times, we are always ready. And Dr. Hemant is more than ready. He is somebody who can wake up at 4 o'clock and not sleep at all for days together. Ask his wife. That kind of dedication. That kind of dedication I haven't seen in people. People, they complain. A little 1 hour extra if you put in, they start thinking what charges should I levy, what kind of benefits I will get. They don't take pressure of that. Here people, for selfless reasons, they are doing. This is why I say selfless is the most powerful force on earth. And if you have that, you have everything in your palm. And this is why these people are achieving so much. So to you, special blessings, and to the entire team, the director and superintendent and all those who are a part of this. Next hospital, when it comes up, it will be a much larger facility, much more convenient, because everything is on the same floor, more or less. So if you have to do these hybrid cases, you don't have run up and down the floors. The risks are less. You're more or less on the same floor. You can do many more such things. All the very best to your team, and a lot of blessings to everyone who is a part of it.